Hey y'all, welcome to Reflecting Divinity. This is just a little bit of a chit chat and an unboxing. I am preparing for the next pick a card, and I had ordered some new decks and I wanted to share some of them with you and just talk about things that have been on my mind. And so I will say, these aren't the only decks that I bought. I splurged a little bit, but I wanted to go through the Unfolding Path Tarot. And this is the deck of Athene Noctua. I think that's how you pronounce it. I also bought the Witch's Familiar Runic Oracle because I've been really wanting to learn the runes, but it's definitely been harder for me to connect with them, even though I have a set of runes. It's been harder for me to connect and learn the meanings, and I thought that having an animal associated with each rune would be more helpful for me to connect intuitively and to just start to learn the meanings. And I really love her illustrations, her art. I really connect with it. And this is the pocket sized, and so it's a little bit smaller, and I like that too. So I just wanted to share that. And we'll get into this. I like this size. Now this is like the, I guess, standard size. I don't know if I like that. The paper that holds them together, I've noticed on some of the other decks as I'm unpacking them, it has torn up the edge on some of the cards, which is just frustrating, like right out of the box. I don't like that, but it looks like it went back down, and hopefully it won't get worse, but I don't know. My cards do tend to get beat up a bit, so I just really loved the artwork in this, and I was looking for, a more contemporary deck. And I hadn't seen this one too much. So I was really excited when I came across it and then realized that I had this one on my list. And so I was like, this is just the perfect time. But something I wanted to just talk about is the fact that y'all have probably seen this, but if you go on Amazon especially and look at tarot decks or oracle decks, there are so many knockoffs, and it's really disheartening and frustrating, especially as someone who, is an artist and makes paintings and drawings, to think that people's hard work is just getting like blatantly stolen and they're not getting credited. And it's just, I guess this is a PSA that if you're looking for a tarot deck, an oracle deck to consider, even if you're not shopping on Amazon, I believe it's a problem on Etsy and eBay that there's stolen artwork, stolen books, the guidebooks, everything is just copied and sold, not by the official, publisher, not by the artist or the writer. And that's just sad. So to try to support the actual creators, And I don't know if I'll go through all these, but they are gorgeous. And these still have a lot of the traditional symbolism in them. And if they don't, they have symbols that make sense. At least to me, like I can connect to it and know what I'm looking at, I feel like imagery is very important in connecting with the meanings. And if you notice, as we're getting into the wands here, that there is a consistent color theme. So you can connect with that kind of right off the bat. You don't have to think about it. For me, color is so important to be able to connect to the energy straight away. And these are just so great. I love it. And I was looking through another unboxing. I saw this image and I was like, yeah, that sells it for me. I feel like it's so on point. Also, I love this one, the kitty. See, that's what I mean. There's enough of the kind of traditional Rider-Waite-Smith imagery for me to connect with the cards. And see, as we get into the cups, the color shifts. And that's just, I don't know, it really is an effective way to connect to the energy. But these are also like highly charged emotionally. You can really see in the illustrations what the meaning of the card, what it's holding. Maybe even more so than a traditional Rider-Waite. These, I think, are easier to actually emotionally connect with. Also, oh, that is so cute that the page is an older man, but you still get that sense of like the childlike kind of creative spark within. Love that. And I do appreciate the diversity in this deck so far. There's an intensity with the sword cards already. And that silvery gray, but there's a little hint of the purple. I do appreciate that too. Really intense. I like the size of these cards. I like the feel of the cards. Again, my only issue is, I guess, how they're packaged, because of that slight bend on the edge. I love the more neutral brown tan of the pentacles. It really helps me feel that like grounded energy associated with the pentacles, but there's also that hint of the red. It's like a warmer brown, and that helps me connect, like I think of root chakra energy. That's interesting. The rabbit and the Queen of Pentacles. So yeah, there's still enough of the traditional symbolism for me to kind of really appreciate this deck as a good in-between. You know, wanting something that's more modern, contemporary, that feels more emotionally charged in a good way as far as the imagery goes. It's very colorful. It's well done. It's diverse. And it still has its own unique interpretation of the cards and the symbolism. So yeah, if you are, interested, I recommend this deck. And yeah, I just want to say that, again, so I bought this deck as well, and this is the pocket size of Chris Ann's The Light Seers, and I've seen this one quite a bit. I know it's a popular one, and I've enjoyed it. So I thought, well, I want to get this too. And unfortunately, I see this deck in particular. I've seen it on Amazon, like the knockoff of it. So again, just a PSA to make sure that you are supporting the creator, the publisher, whether it's a company or an individual self-publishing, to support the creator, because it's rough out there. and it's disappointing. So yeah, I had to quickly, figure out that buying cards on Amazon, and really I think even Etsy now, you just have to be careful with who you are actually buying from. And I'll just quickly show the other decks. I've got the Angels and Auras Oracle by Radley Valentine. And there's a second author, Dougal Fraser. And these are beautiful as well. And I've kind of been shuffling, going through them, connecting with them. So I've got that. And I also got Radley Valentine's Angel Wisdom Tarot. And this is one that's really been on my list. I've seen it a lot. And I love me some angels. And I have just generally been wanting to get a more varied resource of tarot cards, of different tarot decks to connect with. So that's why I've been looking into them. And I love the connection to the different archangels in this deck, along with a bit more contemporary imagery and symbolism. And I guess I'll just show off too, because I got Radley Valentine's Angel Answers. It's also another one that I've had my eye on, and this is the pocket deck. And I just love when they're like tiny. But I thought it kind of made sense for this deck in particular. So you'll get to see some of these coming up. And last but not least is I came across the Tree of Life Oracle by David Wells, and this one fascinated me because I would like to learn more about the Tree of Life and that practice and understanding of spiritual practice, I guess you would say. So I also really enjoyed the artwork, and I also appreciate that there is the major arcana represented in this deck. So I'm excited about that too. It's kind of although it's not just tarot, it's oracle, I do appreciate that because the major arcana is such a important part of the spiritual path. So I think that's it for today. Thank you for watching. If you did watch, I appreciate you. If you want to see more from me, if you want to see more pick-a-cards, then subscribe. If you enjoyed this, please give it a like. I would love to hear from you as well if you have any comments. I always love to get feedback and comments from my viewers. So on that note, I wish you all the best. I give you my love. Until next time. Bye, y'all.